Hello guys, welcome to a new video on Tower of God New World, and this is going to be an account review video. First of all, again, I'm sorry if I'm taking a lot of time to review your accounts, guys, but unfortunately, I had to do some videos for the update, obviously, and also it takes quite some time to organize the screenshots and do the videos. Also, I received, I think, 4 more to review other than the 2 that I'm reviewing in this video. And I'm sorry, it will still take a few more days. I'm aware that obviously the more time passes, the more things will change on your accounts. That's why I'm trying to do them as quickly as possible. But yeah, unfortunately, I have a lot of content that I want to cover, so it's getting delayed for that reason. For like if I see that there are like certain situations where like urgent tips are needed, I will write to you back via email or Discord, and yeah, so that I can at least provide you information and then do the full detailed review later on. That being said, let's just get started with these 2 new accounts. The first one is the one of Daniel, and the second one is the one of Peter. Both of these accounts are around floor 26 to 28, so already in the mid to late game. Well, I mean, now it's not late game anymore because they're releasing a lot of higher floors, but still, I would say a good point in the game. Then, yeah, that being said, this first account is also free to play, and we can see that Daniel has a lot of Suspendium piled up, so that's really good. And also the progress is not bad at all. 28 as a free to play player at that level is not bad at all. So let's have a look at the yellow team. And for this one, I would say there is not much to say here. Just get Bomb to 3 red so that he gets the level up in both the energy skill, so the passive, the buff, and also the special skill. Other than that, you have the core units, the reports are also fine, the exclusive equipment is there, so yellow is perfectly fine. Then we have purple, and this element is also good. You already have like all the units with level 6 report, so that's perfect. You have your Rockian build, you have a lot of copies already on Kunagero and Kiseiya. At that point you can just take them both to Rainbow 5, especially Kunagero, because that guy really has a great special skill, and obviously also Kiseiya, she can assassinate a lot better with Rainbow 5, but that's just not that important, I would say, so it's okay. You have Karaka with plus 30 exclusive equipment, so perfect. Really nothing to say, your core, like your purple, is perfectly good. Then we have the red team. So this color, again, is quite solid. You have a lot of copies of Xyxia, you have a lot of copies of Akraptor as well, and you have Warium maxed. Also the report is not too bad. So yeah, this element is again really good. You also wrote me some notes in the email, and you just said that okay, Ulrich, and we will see later in the blue team, you're pairing him with Gustang and Blanc for survivability, and you have issues fighting against Zahard because you have low accuracy. So that guy with the golden needle skill can just destroy your whole team if you keep missing the hits, but that's fine. And you're also wondering if you should keep investing in Ulrich. And I will touch more upon that when we talk about the black market, but I will already tell you that in my opinion, Viol is really a must. It's great that you have a Akraptor, and you also wrote in the email that you might not need Viol because you have an Akraptor build. That might be true, but just up to a certain point, because as you said, like Zahard is an issue, but other than just for the accuracy, he is an issue because of his special skill. It's just going to wipe your whole team, and Viol is the perfect counter for him. And again, you will need multiple teams. You're already at floor 28, when you reach like floor 29, the last 20 floors are full green, and the same is true for floor 30. So having 2 red DPSs is never a bad choice. So I would say definitely go for a Viol. 3 green is good enough as a carry at the beginning, but in certain stages you will want to use him against blue teams. So 3 blue is also recommended, but you can start with just getting the 2 additional copies of Viol. Then you can stop there, level up his exclusive equipment and his report, and you're good. You won't need Evankel since you already have a Craptor, so that's fine. But you will still need Viol. Then we have the blue element, and this element is solid overall for free-to-play, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend building Urek, but you already took him to 3 purple. You said you're pairing him with Gustang and Blanc, because you might have noticed that that guy is just dying otherwise. And what I can say is that you don't necessarily have to pair him with Gustang. You can just use him alone with Blanc, but you have to get him to orange 4, which I would do probably later on. And you also need to run obviously the lifesteal set, the ignition weapon set, but slot 4 and slot 5 need to be magic resist and physical resist as the main stat, because that way that guy can tank a lot more, and you will see that he can actually stay alive with just Blanc. For the substats, you will want to run like physical pierce and the usual ones. But I will also make a video more in detail again about the ignition weapons. I won't make it 2 hours long as the previous one. I will just focus on the key aspects, and I will talk about main stats a lot more. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say basically here. Of course, take Blanc to 3 red, take Blarode to full rainbow. He is a great guy with the special skill. He can kill the units he's grabbing a lot more easily, so definitely worth it. You will want to get more copies of Quran eventually, but that's not for now. You already have an invested work, is okay, I would say. And yeah, I'm sure you're already done it, but take Data Mashini to level 4 report, because she can really use the additional swiftness. And yeah, that's all for the blue element. Let's go over the green one. And this one is for sure your weakest element, obviously. You will want to take Zahar to 3 red, and afterwards you are fine. That's all you need really. So I would say after you get the 2 copies of Viol, take this guy to 3 red, and then you can take Urek to 4 orange or even Rainbow 5, up to you at that point. But I would say 3 green Viol and 3 red Zahar comes first, and then you can invest in Urek all you want. And yeah, you might also want to start getting a few copies of Child and Dorsey, mainly because starting from floor 29, but you will feel it more on floor 30. The blue teams will really be a pain, and she can help it. She can help out a little bit at least. So yeah, definitely a good unit. Then we have the links. For the links, you're good. You don't need to use soul crystals here. Again, just when you're reaching the level cap, then you can increase them. But for now, you have better places to use your soul crystals on. I didn't put the screenshots of the origin orb because it was already maxed, so it didn't make any sense to do so. And yeah, here we have the 3 essence. You're almost there. Probably by the time this video comes out, you will already have the second wheel unlocked, at the very least for the int wheel, because as we see, you're only missing 1A. For the dextry, you're missing 2. Again, really close. You probably already have it. And then for the strength one, you are missing a few more, but still, I would say the progress is really, really good. Then you uploaded the screenshot of the Astrolabe, and here I would say perfect that you maxed the Link XP. The coins, to me, are not really that necessary. I would go with Shinsu next. So I would say you can use the 360 gears you have for the Shinsu. Not really that mandatory because again, Shinsu, you won't get a lot of it out of the loot, but still better than nothing. Yeah. Level 18 is already quite good enough. You would need like 1900 gears to take it to level 20 because it's 900 to take to level 19 and then 1000 for level 20 is really, really expensive. I would say level up the Shinsu a little bit more. It's fine. But yeah, let's just move on to the next screenshot, which is the wish list. And here I would say the units you are focusing on are great. It's good that you're focusing on Kunagero because that guy special skill is really, really great. Don't forget to put in Bam as well for the 3 red. You don't necessarily need to take him higher than that, but yeah, 4 orange will definitely be helpful. And yeah, otherwise you can just start getting more copies of Kuran, and basically that's all I would say. Then you can just start maxing your supports as you see fit. Then here we are in the black market. This is the last topic, I would say. And yeah, also to answer your questions that I more or less kind of addressed already, but yeah, Urek kind of needs orange 4. You want the additional HP for sure, you want the additional accuracy a little bit, but yeah, mainly for the HP. If you can get him to Rainbow 5, it is even better because that special skill is really, really good. But Orange 4 is pretty much a must. And you still want to run him with magic and physical resistance pieces in the ignition weapon, for sure, because that will boost his survivability a lot. But again, as I said before, I would go with Viol 3 green first, then Zahard 3 red. Then you can go for Urek Orange 4. Then I would go with Viol 3 blue at the very least. I would even push it to 3 red, to be honest. And then you can max Urek and go for whoever you want at that point. And yeah, that was pretty much it also for the black market. Next we just have the trials. I would say for the floor you're at, probably you can push the Trial of Chaos, the main one, a little bit more. So if you are in need of some Shinsu, it won't be much, but still, it's something. And yeah, everything else is pretty much in line with your team levels, so it's fine. Then you also uploaded the teams. Okay, we can go over them quickly. Here you have a yellow core plus Zahard, perfectly fine. I will also release a video really soon, like I think probably tomorrow, where I will talk about R and SR units, because here you're using Goseng. You didn't take her to SSR, which is perfectly fine because she doesn't need it. She's just there for the passive. And her passive is really, really good. It will help Hiwa just cast her special skill a lot quicker and deal a bit more damage. So not bad at all. This is a solid composition, I would say. Nothing really to say here. Then here you're using like Ryan, and I get it. You don't have like, since you're using Gustang with Urek, you have that kind of flex spot. But I don't think I would use Ryan. I mean, that guy has a lot of physical resistance, but other than that, I don't think he's really that useful. So yeah, I mean, you're probably better off just using Endorsey most of the time, or just another random unit that's definitely going to be more useful than Ryan. If you're using Ryan for a reason that I didn't mention and that I probably don't know, please feel free to comment it down below, but yeah, just saying. Then next we have the blue team with Gustang. And yeah, also this one, I would say pretty fine. The blue team doesn't have a lot of variation to it. Now we have the variable of Kurdan. Since the release of the ignition weapons, that guy can actually be a great tank and also sort of DPS in a way. so not bad at all. But yeah, the usual Blank, Urek, Data Machine, and Blarod are a must. Then you can have Quran, or you could have like Kurdan, up to you. I haven't played with Kurdan personally, so I cannot say for sure, but that guy is definitely so tanky. But again, not sure about the damage. Okay, that should be all. Yes, this is all for this video. So overall, for a free-to-play, this account is really huge, to be honest. Really great progress. So yeah, good job. Now let's have a look at Peter's account. So this account is at floor 26 at the moment. And as for the notes, you wrote me in the email that you're saving for teammates that go well with Zahard and that you invested in green and red trees, nothing else. For green and red trees, I'm supposing you meant the origin orb, right? Because it wasn't really that clear, and I think there were some screenshots missing. But yeah, we're going to go over it once we get that point. So let's just get started and have a look at the yellow team. And yeah, here the only really weird thing is that you have level 0 report with Iwa and also BAM. I don't know if that's intentional, because that's really weird, and you definitely want to get them both to level 6. So yeah, unless you're still using HUTs. But again, I really see no reason not to get them both to level 6 report. Other than that, you don't need more copies of Evan. You don't need more copies of BAM either, because there is a little bit of a debate on his Rainbow 5, because it delays the activation of the buff skill, the one that gives 80% attack and 80% defense to your highest attack unit. It gets delayed by, I would say, around 10 to 15 seconds if you have Rainbow 5. But I don't know. Personally, I have BAM at Rainbow 5, and for me it's fine. But there might be scenarios where you might have to go run manual and just delay the special skill after the attack buff is applied. But yeah, other than that, up to you. I would say it's fine not to max him out. So just focus on someone else for now. Yeah, that was all for this element. If you look at the next one, here again, pretty solid. You have 3 units at Rainbow, perfectly fine. The only thing is just get Karaka to to plus 30 exclusive equipment, and you're fine. You don't need more copies of Gustang in case. It is okay. It's just a filler unit in your case. At 3 red, honestly, is quite good. Not gonna lie, but you don't necessarily need it. You can just get away with the 4 units you already have, and you're fine. Way too much investment probably on Endorsey, but she can work. Probably now with the Rihanna set, she can actually be quite good. Then we have the red element. And for this one, again, you have Viol with level 0 report. Not sure if it's a bug at this point, but definitely get him to level 6 report. And just get his exclusive equipment to plus 30. Then your red team is quite good. You can also get more copies of Xiaxia, obviously. You only have her at 1 green, so taking her to 3 red will be helpful. But it's not as much of a priority. You can mix in, you can use other colors, supports in her place. So it's okay. She's definitely good, but it's not too important. You also got a lot of copies of Yellowy, which is not bad, to be honest. She works really well with Viol. So sure, go all in on that guy. Viol is really, really great. You can get an additional copy so that at 3 blue, he survives a bit more against blue teams. And we are going to use him against blue teams, to be honest. He's actually good. He works. He can deal so much damage that it's simply insane. Yeah. Then we have the blue element. And this one, there is pretty much low investment. You don't even have Uruk unlocked at all. That guy at times is helpful with the buff removal, but again, is quite squishy, so he needs a lot of investment. But yeah, here you just have blanket 1 purple, and you don't have any other unit. Here your focus should be Kunran and Blarode. If you really want to, even Kurdan, but yeah. I would say Kunran first, then Blarode second. But yeah, for now is fine. You don't necessarily need it, but you will at around floor 29, I would say. There you have a lot of Viol, Evankel, units like that. And Blarode is really helpful to get rid of the Viol units that are in the backline. So really, really good. Then we have green. This one, I must say, is a bit overkill, to be honest. Like having a full Rainbow Zahard, it is interesting. I would have rather like upgraded a few more, I don't know, other units like Viol, and then you could have taken Urek to Orange 4, probably, if you consider like 9 copies almost. But yeah, I mean, okay, it's cool. You could have stopped at 3 red, but cool. Not gonna lie. So yeah, here this guy is a team by himself, so it's fine. But when you reach floor 30 plus, Child and Dorsey will come in handy, so you might want to pull for her a little bit. But yeah, okay, perfectly fine. You have a better green element than most. And here is also another thing I didn't really get, because there is really no reason to take all the nodes to SS2, like at your point in time. Is really, really, really overkill. So yeah, you should have focused on the Origin Orb. You should have all the Origin Orb maxed before you actually do this kind of investment. But I mean, it's done. I get it. You won't have to think about it anymore. But really, it was a great waste of resources. You could have taken like all the nodes, all the Origin Orb trees maxed out, and you would be already like floor 28 plus easily, I would say. But yeah, fine. Probably not easily, but you could get there for sure. So yeah, a bit unfortunate, but it's okay. And here, talking about Origin Orb, yeah, again, you wasted too many resources on the Shinsu links, so you're really behind here. Yeah, you also need a lot of books for some reason. You didn't have enough time to accumulate them, and I hope you're not spending your arena coins on the exclusive equipment extracts yet. You have to get all the books you need, and then you can use the arena coins on the extracts. So yeah, definitely focus on the books, focus on maxing all these trees out as soon as possible, especially for the core elements you have. So green, which probably you already did because you said you invested in green and red trees. So okay, fine. But like here, I only have these 2 screenshots. So I'm not sure if you missed them or not sure what happened. So here, your red tree is not even invested, so probably there were some mistakes, either in the email or probably in the screenshot, I don't know. But yeah, you want to get a fully maxed yellow tree, fully maxed purple, fully maxed green. Then you also need to max red as your 4th tree, and you can leave blue for last because you have the least amount of investment. But for sure you want to get the plus 50 accuracy node first on all of them. Maybe you can exclude blue again, and then you can max them out. But for sure one of them should be maxed. If you don't have at least one tree with like fully complete, then that's your first priority. You want the +1 for the additional like level, since you are now stuck with the Shinsu, like you are hitting the Shinsu wall. So you definitely want the +1 if you don't already have it. Then if we look at the next thing, which is the tree essence, also here you are close in basically all of them, but Origin Orb comes first. You can just get a lot of these materials from random boxes or just the logins, and you will get closer eventually. Now use your soul crystals on the origin orb, 100%. So yeah, that's all for the 3 Essence facility. Then if we look at the wish list, here I would say it's fine because you have most of the units already duped up. Here you can just take Xia and Blanc to 3 red, then you can swap them out. You can already swap out Bam for the reason I said before. Here I see you have him at 4 rainbow, so it's probably this screenshot was taken after the one of your team, but it's fine. And then you can start pulling for your blue team, and also Child Endorse is perfectly fine since you don't have her and you will need a lot of copies. To be honest, Lozelle, I recommended her and she's a good unit, but really it's a hard, doesn't necessarily need her. And there is a unit that can be used, and that guy is an SR, and you will use that guy more than Lozelle. So you could probably just ignore her for now. Just focus on your blue element, which is the weakest one. Get Xia and Blanc to 3 red. And yeah, that's basically it for this. Then if we have a look at the black market, sorry I showed the notes before changing the screenshot. But yeah, you're going for expensive units. That's the first thing. You're focusing on Evankel now. And I would say don't do that, to be honest. Let's go for Viol first. You can take Viol to 3 red first. He's going to be a lot better. And once you have him, you're set. Because you have the units that require low dupes. You have Zahard already maxed. Okay, fine. You have Viola 3 red. And then you can just focus on whichever units you feel you need the most. Could be Evankel, Urek, or Data Urek. They all need crazy amount of dupes, bare minimum orange 4, and for Evankel, highly recommended Rainbow 5. So yeah, that was pretty much all also for the black market topic. Here we can see the trials. I would say Trial of Chaos is fine. The other ones probably you could push a bit more, at least the green one. I don't see why you are at 151 with the fully maxed Zahard, but okay. And yeah, that was all also for this account. Obviously, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below and I will try to reply to all of them as quickly as possible. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!